Hi everybody and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me once and again. I'm very grateful to have you here. Thank you for your subscriptions. Thank you for your likes. I deeply appreciate that. So today we have another 3 cards from regular Rider White Tarot, and we have 6 of Swords, we have 10 of Cups, and we have 4 of Pentacles. And I would love to invite you into this story when I will try to explain what these cards mean. However, you are invited to make your own introspection, to journal about it, how you feel about it, how you feel about that story. So with 6 of Swords, it is the card of transition. Something naturally ended and something new will be opening up. It is a card of transition from one situation into another, from one place into another, from one state of being into another. And it is something that usually needs to be honored, like a closure, like a passage, like a rite of passage, if you wish. It can be, for example, when you leave old job and you are applying for a new one, or when you are changing homes, you are changing places, or maybe you lost your loved one. Someone died in your family and you need to go through that process of grieving and saying goodbye and integrating, which indeed takes time when we lose someone that we love. So this is basically about where is it that I am in transition in life. Is a transition really like physical? I'm changing something on physical level. It can also be transition in regards of life perspective. Maybe life perspective are changing a lot for you, or maybe you just lost somebody in your family and then you need to walk through that. So what is the transition that I am in? And this is beautiful because it's autumn time. It is autumn time, time of closures, time of letting go, time of this deep connection with our ancestors at the same time, and listening to them. So, what is my transition? Then we have 10 of Cups, 10 of Cups, and 10 of Cups is this very beautiful card about that is talking about a happy home, happy family, peaceful relationships, joyful heart. It is a card of blessing. It is a card of this expansive energy when you feel settled, when you feel at home with yourself and with others, when you feel blessed in your life, when it is a card of gratitude, it is a card of beauty, that there is this appreciation for beauty. So it is overall like very positive energy. So there is almost like this feeling that there is a transition into something better. There is a transition or change in life, or change in consciousness even, of perceiving the world, which is guiding ultimately to something more peaceful, something more happy, improved relationships, or blessing for home. So you can also ask yourself, how can I basically open up to this? How can I start receiving more blessings into my life? How can I improve my relationships? And usually it is about gratitude, being grateful. 10 of Cups is also a card of prayer, so it is also about praying, gratitude. But I feel like there is this like positive shift in this storyline. There's like this positive omen. We have 4 of Pentacles, And Four of Pentacles is card that is very practical. It is usually like money, job, property, um, something very tangible. Four is also like a number of solid foundation, having a solid foundation in life, which can be money, which can be house. So it almost feels like there can be an opportunity for a new home, settling into a new home, or being much more steady financially, receiving some blessings that eventually will guide to a much more stability also on a practical level in finances, housing, the place where you live. It feels like there is some kind of very positive transition. What is always important to understand with the cards that we can pray about things, we can listen to these cards and stories, but eventually there is also like our action, what action we are taking towards this future that we wish for. How do we follow that guidance that is coming from that prayer? How do we follow that? So there is basically, maybe if you are in a place in that you wish for a better home, or you wish for much more functional relationships, you wish for more economic stability, then basically the guidance is that you need to do some transitions in your life, meaning that there is some kind of change that needs to happen for you to start tapping into these new possibilities. I always like to emphasize this with the cards because this doesn't work like future reading, that somebody will tell you, oh, this will happen to you. It is basically about a potential and possibilities, and you are participating in that. And it has a part of praying about it, which is more that energy or spiritual connection. And there is also the part of taking action towards that. So it can also be asking yourself about what transition is really needed. And if you participated in some changes, if you participated in some kind of focusing on where you wish to go next or how you wish to improve your life and your home situation, then this is basically talking about that this transition is really happening. It is happening. I also some kind of like feel that there is some kind of blessing coming your way. So opening up to that blessing, opening up to that. And I just somehow really feel that it's about relationships, it's about family, it's about that very basic foundation, feeling that security, having those connections, similarly as on the card, like this peaceful partnership and happy kids. Yeah, so it almost feels like when you take a look on this card, there is a man, woman, and a child. It almost feels like they arrived to a much better place in their life. So this is also talking about healing within our families. So if your family needs any type of healing, economic or in regards of housing, regards of jobs or anything basically that is practical but at the same time is like heart opening, then pray about it. Pray about it. Because I feel like there will be something granted. There will be something granted. There is like one more message that can be connected with the combination of these cards, and it is about this card, Four of Pentacles, has also a meaning of being stuck in material things. You know, when you have a mindset that money and property is the most important thing in life to make you happy. It's basically that type of thinking that many people in Western culture have, that you have to have a certain job and you have to have a certain status and you have to have a certain da 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 da. And we basically literally trap ourselves into this incredibly dysfunctional, rigid, limited way of being, and we forget completely what it is that really brings us happiness. That it is cherishing the beauty of nature, that it is healing our relationships that brings us the real joy, the real blessing. So there is also, for some of you, there may also be this nuance of, where did I got trapped in that hamster wheel of constant earning money, or filling that void inside by things, jobs, people, instead of really searching and working hard towards that what ultimately brings us really joy and peace and love, which are basically our relationships with world, our relationships with other people, our intimate relationships and family relationships. So there is also this nuance to that. I hope that you find your piece of puzzle in this reading, and that it will make sense to your unique healing journey. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will be looking forward to connect with you soon.